This costume was inspired by the beautiful outfits with Ottoman Empire influences that were especially fashionable in 18th century England. We were invited to a small palazzo party during Carnival with a relaxed dress code, so several of us decided to go in Turquerie costumes. The only hitch is that we were out of time and packing space, so we all made them up based off items already in our costuming wardrobes, and in my case, things I was already bringing along for other costumes. Every item of this outfit was part of another one. Now please keep in mind this is definitely a costume with a capital C version of this style and is not historically accurate. It's just my take on a fun version of 18th century does Turkish fashions. While you see many of these styles in portraits, they are perhaps most associated with Lady Mary Wortley Montagu, who adopted them after returning from Turkey, where her husband was an ambassador. These styles were often referred to as Turquerie or Turkish fashions in writing from the period. They are characterized by a less structured, loose style featuring flowing garments, layers, textures, and many colors. The undergarments of my outfit are my stays, a faux quilted under petticoat, and a taffeta petticoat. There are no other hip enhancements, as this is a more casual and relaxed style, wildly different from the 18th century fashions of the time. And don't forget to twirl a few times to make sure your skirts aren't tucked up. Between putting on my undergarments and this pink petticoat, I did my hair, which I forgot to film. I am wearing a hedgehog hairpiece from Jenny LaFleur, which I will link to in the video notes. My own hair is braided and left loose down my back. This pink petticoat and stomacher were brought as part of a 1760s outfit I brought with me, but didn't end up wearing in the end, so this is the only time they came out to play in Venice. I chose to go with a matching stomacher and petticoat since the majority of these styles you see in portraits feature a robe over some type of undergarment, and these pieces together approximated the look of having a gown under my robe. The robe used is my actual 18th century robe I use for lounging when I'm in costume, but repurposed very well for my outfit. Many of the Turquerie fashions feature fur trimming or lavishly embroidered textiles, so my version is definitely a bit plain, but the effect works. had several different options for a sash with this outfit as part of other costumes, so I just tried on a few of them to see what looked best. As you can see, this wonderful sash, which my friend Jenny Rose loaned me, is incredibly long. I didn't think to measure it, but I think it must be at least 3 yards. It makes it so easy to get a rich, lush look with a big bow, while still being able to have elegant, long, trailing pieces to it hanging down. She has totally converted me to using this ridiculously long sash. This piece was also repurposed later as a turban for a 1790s outfit for me, and an 1830s turban for my friend Robin. It was very multifunctional. I decided to layer both sash and cord, since these fashions often have lots of textures and layers, and it's a critical element of the style. The more you can bring into it, the better it looks. Next up, we deal with the hair and the headwear. I used a lovely piece of embroidered sheer organza from my stash to create a simple turban by wrapping it around my head a few times and knotting it. It would be better if this was an even longer piece of fabric, but it was so pretty that I couldn't resist. It's anchored into my hair with a few bobby pins. I couldn't resist adding a collet necklace a la Lady Mary, one of my personal heroes, and I loved the richness of this orange topaz one. My hair was inspired particularly by this portrait of Jean-Etienne Lyotard. I love her tassels and looped pearls. I just grabbed a few random dangly bits I had laying around my jewelry studio and a few strands of pearls and pinned them in wherever I thought it looked good. Oh yes, and don't forget that braid. I just wrapped some silk ribbon around it to hide my hair tie. I hope you've enjoyed my version of 18th century Turquerie fashions. This was a really fun outfit to put together and even better to wear. Very comfortable, really glamorous looking, and we all had a great time wearing these. I hope you'll give a dig through your own costuming wardrobe and see what you have to be able to make one of these costumes. I'd love to see what you come up with. Thanks for watching.